Hey everyone, it's that time of the year again, where we all gather around and make fun of the internet's punching bag, Adam22, and for a good reason. It seems that every once in a while, he comes off his little podcast room with his wife, he does something so embarrassing that's impossible to ignore. This also works in tandem with his lack of guilt, because he seems to take so much pride in how spineless he is with his wife, and how he'll brag about other men sleeping with her. Normally, this is like something you would see in a Reddit post, where someone doesn't say their name, because if they did, there would be relentless comments making fun of them. But with Adam22, not only is he well known, but it's actually made him even more popular, so I guess him being a cuck does help him out a lot. But anyways, I bring this up because he's actually made a show called For the Love of Lena, which I didn't know until now. And you can already guess the premise, where Adam has men come over to his mansion for his wife to choose as her boyfriend. And if this is your first time hearing about this, it's as bad as it sounds, which you will see now, as well as some other clips of his appearance in another podcast as a guest, where he again just says the most embarrassing stuff ever.
So we finally got the season finale of the show where Adam would be giving away his wife for the second time. In the last episode, Crib Mac...
What a shotgun blast in the face of an intro that was.
Done, as he went around terrorizing both the audience and the competition at the very same time.
I want to bust that coochie in. Oh, you want to get it out?
No.
Get it out.
Wait, no. This is like a mutual thing. Like we're...
No. I want to bust her coochie in. We're going to get you out.
Dude, he looks like Corey in the house. What the fuck?
This man recently got locked up.
I'm in good spirits. Guess what? I'm not going to get life. If anything, I'll get 3 to 5 years, probably, or a little more.
On the hood. Neighborhood.
We got to get you some conjugal visits. We're gonna find some big booty.
Up in here.
I mean, hey, if this is the legacy he's gonna leave on the world, then so be it. But free that man Crib Mac. Either way, the show only gets more and more cuck-oriented as it goes on. As in the next challenge, these guys give her a table dance while Adam watches on.
Hell yeah. You have to respect how much of a cook someone can be. It takes a lot of energy.
I think this one guy was actually there to try and hook up with Adam, as he comes in with a thong on.
I love a man in a black thong.
Smell him.
Yeah, where is it? He's got a nice musk.
Wonderful smell.
Musk?
I really know how to do it.
Honestly, I think Adam was into it.
There was a thong involved. I saw a lot of booty.
There was a thong. I don't know if you liked it as much as I liked it, but I liked the thong. Hey.
Oh my god, what a gay shirt he has on. Hold on, go back. Show it's Seinfeld, but it has the Sopranos like font with the gun. What a bizarre mashup.
Going, you know?
Then a guy named Little D comes in and really shows her how it's done.
He picked Lena up. He brought her over to the couch.
I just know my heart rate is off the charts. Like, there is no way that anyone shot my heart rate through the roof more than him.
Pound town.
And this is
like
when
16.
the serious meat watching literally begins.
Do you want the guy with the biggest? Can we see their? Is that possible? Monica, can you ask them?
So they slowly come out there one by one to show them what they're working with. And this man Adam is just straight up bone hawking over here.
I've seen this one in the movies before.
Are they actually? No fucking way.
That is like an elephant trunk.
Look how many veins.
That is the face of an ultimate cook.
That thing was huge.
Massive.
Wow.
So as I'm swinging there in front of Adam and Lena, I could see the look on Adam's face, and I don't think he was quite ready for what I had to bring.
Does it often not fit?
As I'm
What the
swinging there in
fuck,
front of
dude?
Adam
What
and
the
Lena
fuck?
is a crazy sentence. Can we just acknowledge how insane this entire series is? Like, generations of Adam's descendants will look on in horror as they watch this years back from now. I'm talking about
Man,
like in
fuck
the
that. If I had a son in like 3 or 4 generations that made millions, he makes millions. I think it's safe to say. I would be so proud of him just looking on from the heavens or from hell, looking at like how much money he makes from a show where people basically cook his wife. That would be incredible. I like how entertainment has become so low that this is like the best someone could come up with to put on TV, so people can watch it. Where he brings a bunch of guys to his mansion. I'm guessing he's just like reviewing every episode, but that's like an insane synopsis of what he's actually showing.
And shout out to Crib Mac for refusing to show off his piece.
It's for her. I swear.
Adam, 3 years. I've known you 3 years. Now it's time you show me your. So I choked that mother. I grabbed him and choked him. That's when he said, no. I mean, my wife wants to see.
Man, you look fucked up. I'm sorry. You have to go see a doctor. I can't even tell what like the tattoos on his face say. He looks like he's missing like 5 front teeth.
And this is when
I can't tell
eliminate
shit.
the
He looks
thong
bad.
man, as well as Crib Mac.
Oh, so he has a really bad case of baby
This
face.
was going to
Like,
happen
God.
from the start. I mean, hell, Adam even said this when discussing the show.
She wants Crip Mac to be the one to f- her.
I was kind of saying the opposite, but there are people on the show that I think that she would be very happy if they won. And there are people on the show who I think realistically she might jump off of a local bridge if they won.
Now, in the end, they end up choosing Little D as the man to get the job done.
And the person who's gonna my wife
Wait, hold on. Does he?
Lil D.
God, stop playing with me.
God. Is this just like a? This feels like an Arab prince like throwing out like women from his harem to random men. But instead he's like an Arabian cock.
He just won. Let him touch it.
I gotta be the husband of the year. Let me tell you, I am the one.
Man, this is fake. I can't believe it.
Absolute masterclass in digital marketing and selling this product, which just happened to be his wife. From a moral standpoint, I could not disagree more with the premise. But there is something to be said about Adam's ability to garner as many impressions as possible and continue to make millions of dollars off of degeneracy.
That was his wedding outfit.
Yeah.
I don't know what he means. Like, it does feel kind of. I don't know if he means like it feels too much, that it kind of feels fake. But I feel like this is his response to like kind of like jump back at the memes of him being a cook. He tries to go so far that he does like a full circle of being a cook again by making a show about it. Even though I don't feel like they actually do fuck his wife. This show I'm not sure might just exist for the sole reason of money. And it might work, 'cause it is a good concept. The cook guy, the cook podcast guy making a show where he is like the main cook.
Off by the time we went to.
Yeah.
I mean, once you've crossed a certain line in the name of money, I guess there is really no going back. How will this affect him and his family in the long run? I do not know. And so obviously the scene has actually come out at this point. I will say when it comes to
I hate that podcast. I don't know what's called. I think it's called whatever.
Splash compared to the first scene where it was like all anyone could talk about. And I do think the novelty of her being with another man has really just kind of run its course. I didn't really see any memes about this. I mean, there were people talking about how during the act, Adam actually did a fist bump with this guy, which is just insane behavior. I mean, that should be a criminal offense. But that was really all I saw circulating the web when it came
When he showed that gif, all I could think was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, that fist bump in Predator. That's the modern version of that connection.
Doing that, he ended up going on this whatever podcast, which I think is pretty much like a diet fresh and fit.
You said the reason, the value is the financial value, is the financials you get from the videos. But then you also say that you don't do anything with the money, that it doesn't really matter to you, so you guys don't live a luxurious lifestyle. That the money is just kind of sitting there.
There's no way they all need one microphone for themselves.
You don't even use it.
There's one person there who doesn't talk.
Building a business, and also, we have plans of not working forever. So for me, it's like, I would like to leave the game with, 10, 20, $30 million. And so us doing that was probably the greatest windfall of money that we ever got from doing anything, and it was relatively painless for it.
I mean, how do you guys feel?
How is that not the fucking most masculine dream ever? Basically, like, metaphorically milking your wife so you can be a cook and make money off that. That's
About that
incredible.
with him like suffering now with the public scrutiny and then maybe just eventually completely wiping himself from the internet, selling off his business for X amount of dollars, and then we just never see or hear from Adam again. Is that so bad? Or are you of the mindset like the internet is forever? And like I said earlier, do you think that what he's doing now is going to affect his family for generations to come?
Are you concerned about your child? I believe it's she's a daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a daughter. I just gave birth a couple months ago. Do you ever worry that one day she'll see this content and maybe would you want her to be doing content like this? Is this something that would make you proud as a father to a young daughter?
I think every parent wants to see their offspring do better than them. So for sure, I wouldn't like to see her, just sort of default to that.
I want to see her be more of a cook than me.
But as far as if one day she's an adult and she decides that she wants to do whatever, I know a lot of girls who make a shitload of money on and don't even show their. So I can't just look at OnlyFans as a profession and say like, oh, that would be a hideous way for my offspring to earn a living one day, but I certainly wouldn't be encouraging it.
Yeah,
And that's kind of the point where he has really boxed himself in. It's just that when it comes to a level of degeneracy that his entire life is on, you really have no room to talk badly almost about anything else. Because when you're to the point where you've sold like the most prized thing in your life, your partner, for like the highest bidder, morally you just really have no grounds to stand on. Now, I will say this positive thing about Adam. Okay, when this whole cuck arc first came around, a lot of the criticism was centered around, well, how is this going to affect your kid? I said in a video that it was just strange to me that when I'm looking at Adam's Instagram story, I could see videos of him playing with his kid perfectly fine. And then on the very next story, I'm seeing all of this explicit material involving him and various women. And something about that obviously just doesn't sit right with people. And so I think ever since Detractors started coming forward with these talking points, he has decided to change his tune when it comes to his kid and be a little bit more adamant about protecting her. I don't believe they show her or her face online anymore, and I think that was the right choice. Because at one time they were trying to do like the whole family arc thing. I think that his girl had like a mom Instagram page. I think they had like a family vlog channel. And just the two things cannot really coincide.
You wouldn't say it's beautiful.
That kid has to be shipped off to like some foreign country with no internet. Because if they find out, if I was that kid in a situation, I found out my parents did that kind of like fucking stuff, I would not see them as parents anymore. I see them as a joke.
Well, obviously no. I would not call it beautiful though.
So wouldn't you want better for your own wife? Yeah, I mean, she is selling her body online to random men, and I don't know.
Images of her body, yeah.
I mean, yeah, images of her
when
body.
Jason Love shows up, the body itself is going.
Well, yeah, they had a good time on set that day.
And so throughout this podcast, this woman and this man were steadily applying pressure to Adam.
Like, you hang around a lot of the black.
So only these two people were talking in the podcast, including Adam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 empty microphones.
Hang around a lot of the blats, right? So you know what we do.
His wife does.
Damn it, they spoke.
Well played.
Yeah.
And those are the types of comments that Adam is going to have to deal with for a very long time. I mean, he actually got so annoyed by this man's presence that he eventually kind of just calls him a scammer, calls out some of the things that he does in his personal life, and just completely walks off, saying that he was tempted to polish that milk dud head of his. Either way, I just kind of wanted to tie a bow on this whole situation that we have been covering recently. I mean, it's one thing to be entertained by like a decent reality TV show, but if you like had the reminder set up on your phone that this was dropping, I think you need some Jesus in your life or something. Y'all let me know what you guys think about it down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing.
I think we should make like a World War II bronze statue in the center of every capital in the world, just for Adam 22. That's the real figure we have to idolize for the rest of the future. I think there comes a point where like you've gotten so big that you really don't care what other kind of work you can make to get your name out there. I mean, his podcast wasn't that massive, but I can see why he would be like kind of wanting to do more than that. And I guess he has his own show, yeah, but there could have been way better stuff to like revolve around, apart from like men coming in to like fuck his wife. I will say the only funny part from that show is the fact that they mainly got black guys. There was one white guy, but of course they had to bring in someone who was gay, so that's the one part I can somewhat respect. But I feel like with someone with him, he was just like internally fucked for like ever since he was born. So I don't think the fact that he was massive would have made a difference on like how he sees his wife. Maybe he could have married someone that he actually loved and didn't want to like just throw out there in the wild for people to fuck. But then there are just people who don't give a shit about who they marry because they can't really like form a relationship, and they only married because they feel like they have to, so they barely care what they do. But yeah, if he's making millions and I'm making nothing, fair enough, I gotta respect that. Goddamn.